Right, lads, today we're going to be going through how you can become a man of discipline in a world full of distractions. True discipline is something that very few men are able to possess these days, particularly my generation. Everyone's attention spans are shortened by TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, even dating through Tinder, Hinge, Bumble, whatever it is. No one can stick to anything, but this is where you are going to stand apart. Be respected by others from your discipline. If you are a disciplined man, your family will feel more protected and proud of what you're doing. If they can see you're on the road to pursuing something greater instead of staying at home, fucking jacking off in a dark room playing Xbox, just being a fucking loser, they are going to feel proud of what you're doing and they're going to say to people, this is my son, I'm so proud of him. Like, can you see how handsome he is, how capable he is, how strong he is? Like, I experienced this recently when I went to a wedding. They hadn't seen me in years, since I was very young, and they'd seen the man that I become, that I'm in good shape, like I take care of myself, I'm well groomed, and I was giving firm handshakes to people, and they were just extremely impressed by who I was and what I'd built up. And it really does give you more opportunities. Just at that wedding alone, I had people talking to me about business stuff, coaching opportunities. Just having that level of respect there is going to open so many more doors for you, and that discipline is going to correlate over. So having strong discipline isn't just something that makes you feel good about yourself, others will see you differently too. When you see the guy who's in amazing shape, built like a gladiator, strong, and you can see he's disciplined, you will respect that man a lot more. I know that I would. If I was interviewing a man for a job position, for example, and he walked in, he was well groomed, he was taking care of himself, he was built well, he was strong, gave me a firm handshake, looked me dead in the eye because he was confident, I will respect that man a lot more, and he's going to be much more likely to get that position. So it's just going to open so much more opportunities to you. Girls will find you more attractive. In the morning, if you are in bed with your girl and she's tugging your arm and you've got to get to work or got to get to the gym, whatever it is, and she say, no, come back to bed like for another couple more hours, but you say, no, I've got to get to work, I've got to do this. She's going to try and control you, but if you are that disciplined man who has the control and you are on that mission to doing something better with yourself, she is going to respect you that much more, and she knows that you're going to lead her as well into something better. So that is extremely important. The routine, the foundation of great discipline. What tasks do you do every day that's so integrated into your routine that you don't even have to think about it? Brushing your teeth, putting your house car keys in the same spot every day, showering at a certain time each day. But no one ever rewards you for brushing your teeth. It's something that's expected. Well, discipline as a man should be expected, but unfortunately it's not. But this is where you are going to stand out. So the first step is building the nutrition. It first starts with the nutrition. That is something that every single person does every day, so you need to make sure that yours is locked in. Identify your goal. So whether you're bulking, cutting, maintaining, and create a nutrition plan you can stick to. So obviously the boys in here, I will create all that for you, so I'll make sure the nutrition's on point, and we will work with the foods that you are happy to eat and that you can actually stick to make sure you stay on that goal and you don't cheat on your meals, you don't hate the food that you're eating, and you make sure that we're actually going to stay on track. So you build the meals, and when you have that routine, you have the meals prepped at certain times, so you get into that rhythm of prepping the meals. So whether it's at night, you're cooking pasta and you know that's for the following day, you just build up that routine, and the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. So from an outsider's perspective, they're thinking, wow, you're so good at eating healthy and sticking to a diet. But to you, it's just like any other daily task that you do, and you don't even have to think about it. Like tying your shoes, brushing your teeth, whatever it is, you don't even have to think about it. And as a result, you're going in the right direction, people respect you more, and you're getting closer and closer towards your goal. So building that nutrition is key. Now, building the training plan. Having a training plan that is built for your goals you're chasing is a tool for guaranteed success. It's not a magic trick. If you follow exactly what the plan says and your nutrition is set up for achieving those goals, you will achieve them. When you're on your sales call with me, for example, when we're sort of getting that introduction, the consultation call, and we're getting started, I will say to you, if you don't see the results within those 90-day period, I will refund every bit of money back. I know that if you follow exactly what I say, because of the programming, the nutrition, the training, all that sort of stuff, I know that you're going to get results. It's guaranteed, but you have got to stick at it. And if you actually stick at it, you will get those results. It's inevitable. It's like magic, but it's that easy. Like, just stick to it And as long as the person knows what they're doing when building your program and making sure you're going in the right direction, you will achieve that. It's inevitable. So you just got to stick at it, make sure you stay disciplined with it, and you will achieve it. So you'll start to see the successes week to week, increasing the reps, increasing the weight, increasing the speed, distance, whatever you're doing, running. You develop a taste for the success and realize you want more and more. And that is where you build that momentum and keep going and going and going. And that is really what you want. The routine can be applied to anything in your life. Business, if you've got certain tasks to do for that day, like cold outreach, for example, whatever it is, set the time to do it each day and do it. Family relationships. If you want to see your family more often, but you know you've got like a busy schedule, for example, set a little bit of time. Or like for me, for example, on a Wednesday, I'll go and see my sisters or some family to make sure that, because obviously like trying to fit everything in is hard. But if you say, right, this is my block to go see my family, it means that you are fitting in that family time, because it's very easy to let 8 hours of work become 9 hours of work, 9 hours become 10 hours, and things start to slip. You lose that sort of balance in your life, and that is not what you want. We want that balance so we can actually enjoy every sort of department in our life. So with your lifestyle as well, if you want to stop drinking as much, say, okay, I'm having a glass of wine on a Saturday night to treat myself, or I'm going out with the boys just on a Friday night for some beers, or like 2 beers or something like that. Easier said than done, trust me, I know, but this is where the discipline comes in. So you can do it with everything, but you've got to make sure you build in those systems, and the more you do it, the better you're going to get. Overcoming obstacles. Something has come up that is going to test your discipline. That is life. It's inevitable. Your car breaks down, you're going on holiday, the gym is closed, you couldn't get food for the day. There is only one thing you can do, and that is the best you can do with what you have. So this is my example. At one point in time, my car broke down and I didn't have the money to get it sorted because I was in debt. I was getting the bus to work for 2 to 2.5 hours each day. The girl I was seeing broke things off with me, who I was really into, so that was heartbreaking. I couldn't get to the gym because my car broke down. Everything was going to shit, right? It would have been very easy for me to crawl up into a ball, to start fucking doing nothing, to drop my discipline, to stop training, to stop eating properly, and to stop working. No, I showed discipline. So I made sure I put the systems in place. So what I did do was go into that cold garage on the side of my house, find what equipment I could gather, which was a couple dumbbells, a resistance band in the corner. I had a pull-up bar on the wall that I could use. I did whatever I could to make sure that I was staying on track, I was staying disciplined, and I was actually moving forward. And that is the mentality you have got to have. Whatever life throws at you, you have still got to stay disciplined, and you've got to work around it. As men in life, we have got to be good problem solvers. That is how we become valuable. That is how we become good, strong men. No matter what direction you have in life, you are always going to have problems come up in your way. So you've got to find a way to become a good problem solver. Setting the goals. Don't set your sights too much on the long-term goals. This will cause you to feel demotivated because you haven't acknowledged the accomplishments you've already made. Set daily and weekly goals. Build that momentum and plan out the steps to get to that bigger goal. Whether they are physical, mental, financial or social, write them down to give them more weight. Literally to the left of me right now, I've got like 5 black notebooks, right, that every single year I've gotten, and I've written down my goals for the year. And you can see as the years progress, my goals have started to change. So my mistake, I used to set such huge goals for a short time frame that I would end up not being able to accomplish them. I'd lose that momentum and I'd feel down. I learned to focus more on the input as opposed to being fixated on the outcome. Trust the process and stop chopping and changing. Pick one thing, something to focus on, and stick to it. Practice delayed gratification. Prioritize those long-term rewards. Discipline is about choosing future benefits over immediate pleasure. Practice saying no to short-term temptations if they interfere with your goals. In today's day and age, everything is short-term gratification. Like, no one wants that long-term gratification to stick it out, even though it's tougher. And as a result, people can't stick to anything. And if you can prioritize those long-term rewards, you will run everyone else over and you will dominate. Use the 10-minute rule. When you feel tempted to procrastinate or indulge, wait 10 minutes. Often the urge passes and you'll feel more in control. If your phone's next to you and TikTok's buzzing off, put the phone in a drawer somewhere. If the chocolates are in front of you, put them in a different room. And wait 10 minutes. Often the urge passes, and if it's out of sight, it's out of mind. So do that. Develop mental toughness. face discomfort. Growth requires stepping out of your comfort zone, seek small, manageable challenges, and learn to deal with discomfort. You have got to go through a bit of pain in life. It's inevitable. As men, the more pain you go through, the more you grow. And the more you grow, the better you're going to get. So whatever you've got to do, if you've got to start by dipping your toe in a cold plunge, to then putting your knees in, to then putting your chest under, to then going full body, and then going from 1 minute to 5 minutes, or going from a 5k run to a 10k run, from 10k run to a half marathon, from a half marathon to a full marathon. It's building up that tolerance for stress and progressively overloading your mind and your ability to handle that discomfort, right? Train your mind. You can do this through meditation, mindfulness techniques, journaling. This can all help strengthen your focus and resilience, making it easier for you to stay disciplined. Learn from the setbacks. Reflect on the mistakes you've made. Discipline is not about perfection. Reflect on what went wrong, and then you can adapt and keep moving forward. Life is about learning. We are constantly learning lessons. We fuck something up, we get better, and then we succeed. It's going through that failure, going through those setbacks, and that is how we get better. So you've got to practice that self-compassion as well. Being hard on yourself after a slip up is counterproductive. Oh, thumbs up. Instead, treat yourself kindly and use the setbacks as motivation. So do not get down about it. You have got to say to yourself, right, these bad things that are happening are part of the process. I've got to accept this and not get down about it and not feel like a victim and have that victim's mentality. You've got to say, look, this is part of my journey. This is part of my destiny, whatever you want to call it. These are the things, the hurdles that I've got to get around and jump over to become a better man. So never feel like a victim. Always take full self-accountability, but also practice that self-compassion and realise it's part of the journey, lads. Like, you're going to have setbacks, you're going to have things that fuck up, you're going to fail, and that's when you keep going and you succeed. So stick with it and practice that self-compassion. Stay committed. You've got to revisit your why. Remind yourself regularly why you're doing what you're doing. This will fuel your motivation and keep you on track. Trust me, lads, honestly, I'm always doing this, and I've got to constantly revisit my why with the coaching, sometimes my training, loads of different stuff that I've got to revisit my why, right? It's very easy to sometimes forget why you started this journey and why you wanted to get better in the first place, right? So it's really important to revisit your why. Even if you go through your phone, right, and flick through your photos and look back at where you've come from, just temporarily. Obviously, it's always good to look into the future to keep progressing, but just have that time to be present and to look back and to see, holy shit, look where I fucking come from. This is insane. So just take that time to look at where you come from, but then obviously once you've done that, you appreciate it. You're like, fucking hell, I have done well. Now what's the next step? I can do this. Let's go. So do that. Also, be patient. Discipline, it takes time. You might not see the results right away, but consistency is key. I was 13 years old, right? I didn't have the most discipline, but I stepped foot into the garage. I started working out. I started training, and my discipline back then was not as good as it was right now. I'd skip some days, like to play Xbox. Of course, like I'm 13 years old. Obviously, I was a youngster, but like it's something you build up across the years, and you build up over time, and you get better and better at it. And it's the same as the reps in the gym. You put in reps in life, and the more you do it, the better you're going to get. So be patient, lads. Just trust the process. And that is it. I really hope you found this video helpful, lads. And I can assure you, if you put everything in place in this video, you will become a man of discipline.